here.
No, I was looking at this thing.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Curse of Strahd. Hopefully, you'll find it enjoying and a good time to be had. We're having a bit of issues technically with getting our cameras to work with the map and being able to have the person showing the map control the map as well. So, if anybody knows a good, cheap way to get our webcams on one side of the screen and the map on the other side of the screen, that would be great if you'd let us know something, because we're working our butts off trying to figure it out and it's not working. Let's see. This is the first game of 2024. We should be playing on Mondays from here on out, unless something comes up. Need to thank Sirenscape for their program. Since we use it every game session, it helps a lot. And with that, I think we're going to go, and I'm going to try to do a recap. It's in 2 weeks. I've got some notes, but we'll see what happens. At about 3 o'clock in the afternoon of day 3 in Barovia, you hit the Iblets River crossroad. Then at 3:11, Gregor casts an augury spell to see if he should take the short way or the long way around, and you got a wheel response. So, yeah. Then at 3:15, you meet with Strahd in his black carriage and his carriage driver, and you had a nice long conversation with him. And y'all didn't take a liking to him at all for some reason.
Don't know why. He just rubbed me the wrong way for some reason. I'm sure he's a really nice guy.
Weren't we in combat or something with him?
Then you continue down the road towards the Serpool encampment, and on the way there, you ran across a scarecrow raven type thing that was attacking Muriel the raven, and you saved Muriel from the Strix, and that's where we ended it, getting ready to head down towards the Serpool encampment. That sound about right to everybody?
Yep. 4
That's
p.m.
bigger.
4 p.m.
We got the bird.
All right, everybody have Sirenscape up?
Yes, sir. I do.
Will in a moment.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hold on just a second. Jeff!
Okie dokie, we're good.
All right, the music will be starting in a minute. Have you got the map up now?
Jeff!
Okie dokie. I'm going to move you. It's going to take you 30 minutes to get down to the encampment. And we'll wait for Betty to come back. Let me go ahead and change the map.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Muriel did not leave. She stayed with you all after the attack was over. After you healed her, she decided to stick around. That's one retcon I'm doing. And you should have a map now with some wagons and tents and horses on it.
Yep. That's a lot of horses.
Horses.
Do these look familiar to y'all?
Like the map itself?
Just the wagons. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of gypsy camps, so I'm not sure.
Make an insight check.
Is this for one and all? Blur.
The wagons look like the same type that the Vistani you met at the very start of the adventure. They look like they were driving it. The same type of wagons. So it's 4:30 and you all make it to Fairpool.
Not 420.
Can we do an inside? Retcon 420. So,
All right. So you see the map.
can we do an inside check to see if these are the same wagons, not just similar?
Sure. Do a perception check.
Nah. Is that good enough?
They are the same wagons, it looks like.
Ah.
I want to have a little talk with them.
That's right.
Okay, hold on.
Where's my
The
horse?
road gradually disappears and is replaced by a twisted, muddy path through the trees. Deep ruts in the earth are evidence of the comings and goings of wagons. The canopy of mist and branches suddenly gives way to black clouds boiling far above. There is a clearing here, next to a river that widens to form a small lake several hundred feet across. 5 colorful round tents, each 10 feet in diameter, are pitched outside a ring of 4 barrel-topped wagons. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake, its sagging form lit from within. Near this tent, 8 unbridled horses drink from the river. The mournful strains of an accordion clash with the singing of several brightly clad figures around the bonfire. A footpath continues beyond this encampment, meandering north between the river and the forest edge. And you,
Go
what?
ahead. Go ahead.
You see walking up to you Stanimir, who drove you all into the mist to begin with. And they're trying to make a flash. There we go. Greetings, my friends. It's good to see you again. We were worried about you.
Mm-hmm.
You were worried about us too.
Where the fuck are we?
You're at Fairpool in the lands of Barovia.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but we started out in a completely different world. And now we're here. And I have a feeling you have something to do with this.
That is the nature of the Mists. We can control sometimes who can leave and who can enter as long as they're Vistani, but not always. But it's just,
Here's a good question. How did you get to our world? And how did you get here?
we travel through the Mists.
Are you
The Lord of the land has granted us blessing that we may come and go as we please.
Okay, so are you responsible for dragging us here? Like, did you use your will and trickery to get us across?
No, we were simply trying to help you get your way in, not to lose you like we did. I don't know what happened, but we woke up the next morning after meeting you all and you were gone.
So you're not telling me this doesn't happen to other people?
Yes, it happens to others too every so often.
So maybe you should try not going into other people's worlds and dragging them back to this hellhole?
There is a reason you are here, though.
Yeah, I've heard that one before.
And Madam Eva wishes to speak to you now.
Yeah, well, if Madam Eva can get us out of this, let's go talk to her.
All right, he leads you up towards the big tent. Is Sirenscape being
I hear horses.
wonky and accordion music?
It was, but it stopped.
Huh.
Now I hear horses and background crickets, and
Okay.
now it's playing music again.
Okay. He leads you up to Madame Eva's tent and holds the curtain open for you. I think all of you are going to go in.
I'm going in.
Yep.
Ditto.
Muriel is sticking with you, Demillion.
Cool. Okay, was that her token? I didn't get to see last time, so.
Yeah. That's her token.
Is that the crow?
Yeah, the raven.
The raven? Okay.
Muriel.
It's a beautiful name for a raven.
Muriel. This reminds me of courage.
All right, if everybody can come up and get into the tent.
Something magic gonna happen when we get in there.
I'm trying to get to see my token.
Inside.
No. It's a good 15 by 10 foot tent, though. It's good size.
I appear to be lost. I'm bamboozled.
What's wrong?
Oh, yeah, okay. I was trying to find my token.
He's just
Down at the bottom.
Yeah, I found it. I'm just having to drag it slowly.
Okay.
I was gonna play D&D, but then I got high.
Well, technically that happened first.
True.
Okay. As you enter, you see an old lady. Let me get a picture of her real quick. It should load up a picture of Madame Eva for you.
It's a handsome woman.
Oh, she looks like my puppy. Alright, give me just a second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
No wonder she looks all hunched over with that bling on. Good lord. I feel like I'm in a staring contest with this woman.
Her eyes are closed.
Fell asleep. I won.
Okay, sorry. Had
Okay.
to go pee before we got into this. Had to pull out the shiwi.
Okie dokie. As you all enter, Madame Eva looks up at you and begins to speak. Gregor Blaze Hand, the rune carver, emissary of Caden's celestial light, encased in a formidable warforged body created in an era of the giants. You carry the echoes of celestial battles etched in runes on your metallic form. A bridge between realms you stride with purpose. You who radiate the wisdom of eons and the commitment to balance cosmic forces. In your presence, feel the ancient echoes and the witness the celestial legacy embodied in the guardian of Caden's light. She turns over and looks at Callisto. Callisto, Callie, Ravencrow, a grey-cloaked mercenary draped in mystery and shadow, with jet-black skin marking your half-demon heritage. You worship Hernan Diana, blending solar and strength with the mystical allure of the moon. Over 200 years old, your storied past has veiled beyond your hood, but even in battles you bear an unusual fear. Terrified of bears and enigmatic vulnerability beneath your warrior exterior. Then she turns to Demillion. Demillion, ordained to a handful, 186 years old, a skilled rogue from Midnight Valley. Recently, you've lost your connection to the goddess Vale, leaving you feeling adrift and uncertain. The once guided rogue now navigates a world without the divine intervention that once shaped her actions, wrestling with newfound vulnerability and a sense of purposelessness. Watch and see once firmly anchored by your goddess, embarking on a journey of self discovery in the face of unexpected separations. There is one other to join you in your journey to remove the darkness from this land. She is an astral elf and a priest of the Morning Lord. Seek her on the road to your next location.
What a hunter?
She's an astral elf that's going to meet you later on.
I'm in character right now.
Okay. There's one other to join your group that's not with you yet.
Yeah, what the fuck is an astral elf?
It's an elf from the astral plane, I believe.
Okay.
Comes from a faraway land of myths and monsters.
I look at Callie. So, you're half demon, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
Thanks a lot. Love
Really couldn't tell from my orange.
I mean, we all got things. So, try to be polite. Didn't know if it was a birth defect, but obviously not. It's a good one. Yeah. Awesome. So, anyways, Madam Eva, how do we get the fuck out of here?
For that, I must read the cards to determine your fate. Before we begin, though, may I see your raven?
Well, that depends on if she wants to be seen. Muriel?
She hops over onto the table and hops over to Madame Eva. And Madame Eva regards her with an emotion nearly resembling fondness, strokes her wings, and notes that she once had a beloved pet raven named Turlo, long ago. I've only seen him once these past 10 years, however, Eva adds, somewhat mournfully. Doubtless he has gone wild without me.
Oh,
Are you ready to begin now with your reading?
anybody else want to go first?
No, go right ahead.
Oh, come on, guys.
I'm
I've not had good luck with this in this world. This world is beating me up.
It's one reading for all of you, for
Oh,
the entire
there
group.
you go.
Cool, let's do it.
Madame Eva's voice is a low hiss as she speaks, her silhouette dancing in the flickering candlelight. A shadow is approaching my tent, a lone servant of darkness. They seek knowledge of your future, secrets that I am sworn never to reveal to any but their keepers. Do not look, child, nor rush to greet them. If they learn of the import of what we have discussed, all may be lost. Do not reveal even that you know of their true nature, for their master will know that I have told you, and his wrath will descend upon all of us. I will read the cards as swiftly as I dare before they arrive, and you will listen closely, for I shall never again repeat what they say. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her old hands working deftly, the ancient seer removes 14 cards from the top of the deck, setting them aside. The remaining cards she shuffles nimbly twice, 3 times, 4. Madame Eva sets both decks upon the surface of the velvet table. Closing her eyes, she places her right hand over the surface of the larger deck. The crimson flames dim and swirl in eldritch patterns as her lips move silently, a distant tension spreading through the air. The sounds of the rustling trees and rippling pool beyond the tense walls begin to dim, the external world growing mute and insubstantial as the space within grows more solid, more real. Slowly, sorry. Slowly, reverently, the crone draws 3 cards from the top of the deck, laying them face down separately on the table, with the second laid between and above its partners. She then moves to the smaller deck, drawing 2 more cards. The first she places below the first 3, forming a cross. The second she places in the center. The lights of the candles sway like silhouettes, leaning in toward the cards like anxious watchers. Yet the air in the tent is perfectly still. No light intrudes to the seams of the tense walls. No voice rings out in the silence. Shadows and mists swirl at the boundaries of the tent, where the darkness of deepest night dwells, but here at its center light yet reigns. The crone then moves her wrinkled hand to the leftmost card, the first. She closes her eyes and tilts her head, as if listening to an unspoken word. The arcane lights swirl and then shift, their colors changing to a deep piercing blue. This card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. She flips the card, which you should see now.
No. Still see the Madam Eva.
Yeah, we just see her.
Oh, oops.
Traitor.
She flips the card. The Carillion light dances across its surface, revealing an illustration of a smirking guardsman looking up at a haughty priest. The priest pointing fingers mere inches from the guardsman's nose as the guardsman readies a wickedly curved dagger behind his back. The 9 of Cliffs, the traitor. Her dark pupils shift from side to side as though reading from an unseen text. Look for a wealthy woman, a staunch ally of the devil. She keeps the treasure under lock and key with the bones of an ancient enemy. She moves her hand to the second card.
Give me
This
just
one,
a second.
all this is written down in journal form.
Okay.
You don't
Thank
you
you.
don't have to worry about it right now.
Okay.
She moves her hand to the second card, this one at the top of the cross. As she closes her eyes and listens once more, the candlelight flares, its color bursting into a fierce, chilly yellow. This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. She flips the card. This time, the light reveals a new illustration. An armored warrior clutching a cracked iron sword and a leather-bound wooden shield, his face obscured by a heavy iron helmet. The 5 of Swords, the Myrmidon. Her eyes stare deep into the shadows that lurk in the corners of the tent. Look for a den of wolves in the hills overlooking the mountain lake. The treasure belongs to Mother Night. She moves her hand to the third card at the right arm of the cross, her eyelids closing like a trance, her lips pursed in quiet contemplation. The candlelight vanishes for a heartbeat and then returns in a nova of fierce, burning white, so pure and strong that it hurts to look at it, burns to see. Madame Eve's eyes snap open, burning with fierce determination. We get the next card.
Clear your throat.
The light reveals the third illustration, a solemn-faced man clad in holy vestments, one hand clutching the chain of a bronze censer that billows with burning smoke. The 8 of Cliffs, the bishop. The crone's voice is strong with purpose. What you seek lies in a pile of treasure beyond a set of amber doors. She then moves to the fourth card at the bottom of the cross and listens once more, tracing small circles across its back as she hums a contemplative note. The magic flames leap and dance upon their wicks, now casting swirling violet embers into the air as the walls of the tent gleam with the shimmer of twilight. This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. She flips the card. This time the illustration revealed is a quiet graveyard choked with fog, its entrance sealed with a sharp iron fence. Demise, Madame Eva leans forward. A Vistana wanders this land alone, searching for her mentor. She does not stay in one place for long. She seeks out St. Markovia's Abbey near the Mists. Finally, she moves her hand to the fifth card and nearly recoils, her brow furrowing until the wrinkles split her forehead like a trench. Behind her, shadows encircle the candlelight until the light is very nearly swallowed by the creeping dark. When next she speaks, Madame Eva's rasping voice is scarce above a whisper. Your enemy is a creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond mortality. When the hour of judgment arrives, this card will lead you to him. Her hand trembles above the card for a silent moment, and then deft, ancient fingers reveal its opposite side. In the darkness, the fifth and final illustration is only barely visible through the smoke and unnatural murk. Upon the card's surface draws the depiction of a crowned, grinning emperor clad in royal finery and reaching for a goblet of wine, though his limbs are wooden puppet limbs lashed to corded strings that disappear into the darkness overhead. Mother Eva slowly exhales. To Marionette, look to great heights, find the beating heart of the castle. He waits nearby. As the last syllable passes her lips, the old woman freezes, then rocks back in her chair, her eyes rolling until their whites gleam like pearls in the darkness. And then she snaps back, the candlelight burning down to its ordinary crimson glow.
Well, that was weird.
The sound of the outside world returns. The voices of the Vistani, the crackling of the bonfire, the whisper of the wind, and the lapping of the waves against the shore of the pool. Light, gray, and insubstantial, filters in once more through the canvas walls of the tent, and you feel yourselves breathe for the first time since the reading began. Beyond the tent's walls, you think you can hear the sound of footsteps approaching. Madame Eva says nothing and only regards you silently with her dark, heavy eyes.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
So,
Are we supposed to tip her?
so what are you telling us? That we can't leave until we fight the big baddie?
Destroying the devil is the only way to release the mist's hold on the land.
Well, I'm not worried about your land. I'm worried about us.
Everyone in the land is held by the mist as well.
Thanks a lot, Vistani.
The devil likes to pull adventurers from other lands to see if anyone can dare take his place in the seat of doom.
You know, where I'm from, we ask people, do you want to do this? Before we just kidnap them. And
I can't imagine anybody wanting the seat of doom.
Do what?
So I can't imagine anybody wanting the seat of doom.
I don't want to the name of Doom.
I mean, does your demon side want a little bit of the seed of doom?
I mean, no, not really.
That's pretty bad. Yeah. Can we just pass and go back home?
we move our efforts to getting out of here.
Your fates are tied together to that of the mists. Only by destroying the devil will you be able to leave this land.
Oh, yo, I gotta get home and feed the cows, so we need to go destroy the devil.
I guess.
We're going to talk about this later.
How do we always end up in these situations?
All right, you all leave the tent, and you receive 500 XP each.
Oh, sweet.
Feel that we should get more for that.
Shut up and take great grants.
I was fooled.
Oh, goodness.
Everybody got the new map?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Back to the other map, at least.
Right. Upon exiting Madame Eva's tent, you find two other Vistani waiting outside the tent. A woman and a man. You see where they're at.
Man, crickets are annoying every world you go to, aren't they?
Do you not hear the music?
No, I hear the music. It's just-
Okay.
I find crickets rather annoying.
Right. So as everyone comes out,
Oh.
greetings, friends. How has your journey been? Well, I hope.
Could have been better.
Stanimir approaches. First, she goes, "My name's Eliza. What's your name?"
Huh? What? Who?
"My name is Eliza. What are
Oh.
your names?"
Who wants to go first?
This is Gregor.
Nice to meet you, Gregor.
Nice to meet you as well.
I am Marina Kolyana. I am from the village of Barovia. My father was burgomaster until he died recently.
Burgomaster.
Burgomaster.
What does a burgomaster do?
Run the town like a mayor.
Oh,
I'm Demillion. This is Sweet Roll. And this is Muriel.
Ah, you made friends with the raven and the wolf fox, I see.
More like they made friends with me.
I understand.
Yeah. And this big, tall hunk of dark chocolate over here is Callie.
Hello.
Callie. Nice to meet you too.
Good evening.
Stanimir approaches from one of the other wagons, and Eliza clips her tongue and scolds him for his lack of hospitality, noting that you all have traveled a long way. Fate waits for no one, but now that you've had your reading, would you like to rest at the central fire? We have wine, food, and song if you wish.
Wait a minute. What happened to the chick who was with us?
Irina, she already introduced herself. She's the burgomaster's daughter.
Oh, okay. So she's still there. All right. I was very
Yeah.
confused for a minute. I was like, wait a minute. Didn't we have somebody with us?
Whoopsie.
I was really caught up in trying to get home. Just willing to leave this bitch behind. Yeah. What's going on there? I'm sorry, I'm a little dazed and confused from the tent.
They're inviting you to come to their fire for food, wine, and song.
Okay.
Just don't ask us to walk into a snowstorm again.
Yeah, what could go wrong? Let's go party with him some more.
I mean, at this point, what's the worst that's going to happen? We're going to walk into another world that doesn't have vampires.
Oh no.
Technically, I can do without
other. You're breaking up. Do what?
You're breaking up.
The other male Vistani introduces himself. I am Arturi. Do you mind if I join you at the fire?
It's your fire, dude. Why are you asking us?
I'm not usually welcomed in Vistani camps. I have a curse upon me.
Well, then
But I can
abso-fucking-lutely,
stay-
dude. These motherfuckers cursed us. Let's go. Let's go to the fucking fire. Grab his hand.
Oh,
Drag him with me.
I can cast remove curse on this guy. I think.
I'm about to marry this asshole. What are you talking about?
Arturi speaks again. I've heard you've just arrived from Barovia. Do you have any news from the village?
It's pretty shitty, but what you want to know?
By chance, have you heard of a Dr. Rudolph Van Richten?
Have we heard of a Dr. Rudolph?
Don't think so.
Okay, I'd heard that he had made his way to Barovia once again, but I've also heard that he's dead. I really doubt that, though.
Do you want him dead or do you want him alive?
I wish for him to be alive. He's a good acquaintance of mine.
Okay. Yeah, if we end up walking back through there and we see you again, we'll inquire, but can't make any promises. What was his name again? Dr. What is it?
Rudolph Van Richten.
She just stole his place.
As dusk descends around the campfire, the Vistani serve the player a dinner of hearty stew of rabbit, potatoes, turnips, lentils, and parsnips, along hearty chunks of flatbread. Eliza asks, so, after tonight, where are you heading?
Places.
Well, it's
Where are you
dangerous
going?
traveling. We stay here. We don't travel as much as we used to.
Well, I mean, it wasn't that long ago. We met you in another world, so I'm just saying.
That was not me. That was Stanimir.
So he's got like another group of people like you he travels around with?
A smaller group of this group.
Like 2 families?
No, nothing like that.
Secret family.
Yeah, right.
You all are planning on staying overnight, though, are you not?
Are you telling us, or are you asking?
Well, the roads can be very long and dangerous beyond our wagons. It would be wise to spend the night with us.
Yeah, we're
I didn't
spending
work
the night. I
protection
ain't
that
going
time.
anywhere.
Yeah, I guess.
Y'all got a glass of wine?
They already give you wine and
Oh,
food.
cool. So I'm already getting drunk.
So you will not tell us where you're going next.
Is that wise?
We could offer advice on how to get there since you're newcomers to this land.
Look at Callie and Metal Man. What do y'all think?
Oh, we can stay the night. It's no biggie.
But do you want to tell them where we're going?
Oh, no. Not secretly.
I mean, they
Leave
do
it
make a
out.
good point. They could have advice.
Well, they could. I mean, if you feel that it would benefit us more than hurt us, then I suppose we could tell them.
I mean, what are they going to do? Tell Vampire Lord, who apparently already knows where in the hell we're going?
At this point, I don't know.
No, man. What do your godly insights tell you?
I can do the whole augury and see what the survey says. We're willing to wait for the answer.
We'll definitely spend the night. We'll let you know in a little bit after we've had some relaxation and fun if we're gonna tell you where we're going.
Okay, get the booze in us so we get talky.
Did you say cock?
No, I said get some booze in us so we get talky.
Oh, I thought you said cocky.
Jeez.
Either way.
It's all good. I'm already cocky.
Okay, everyone has finished their meal. You're still enjoying your drinks in the fire. Stanimir now informs you all that you're expected to play the game of stories. And who will want to play this game?
We're expected to play the game. Do we get a choice?
You don't have to. It's normally what happens, though. It's very simple, really. To play, each participant must put up a wager. A small monetary, sentimental value, something that means something to you. And then you must share a story to make a man laugh or weep. Each time a story is told, the other participants must guess whether the story is truth, falsehood, or both. At the end of the game, the participant with the most correct guesses wins the pot.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna play this. I mean, that kind of is my thing. I am a bard, so.
All right, Eliza, Arturi, and Irina also join the game, along with Stanimir. Stanimir puts in a worn deck of Taroka cards for his auntie that once belonged to his late wife. They've sat unused and dusty in my wagon for long enough, he says with a sad smile. I think she'd like it if they were out in the world again. Eliza wagers a collapsible brass spyglass with a small maneuverable mirror that allows users to peer around corners. Arturi wagers a short manuscript on werewolves authored by Dr. Rudolf Fredrichten. Irina wagers a painted wooden hair clip in the shape of a sunflower that she once wore as a child. What are y'all going to put up for pot?
What do we got? Extras? We didn't take everything with us.
Hold on. Jesus. Do y'all have anything?
Like a story?
No, I've got a story.
Oh.
I just.
Adam,
y'all got anything to wager?
Oh.
It can be a small piece of jewelry or something like that.
I mean, does it have to mean something to us?
Not necessarily mean something to you, but the more it does mean to you, the more valuable its stakes go up.
We could make some good berries.
I have a staff of bird calls.
Okay.
I have a spider staff.
Do you want to keep the spider staff?
No, I have my staff of defense. I don't really need it.
I mean, it's like the staff of bird calls it can create bird sounds. I really don't even know how I ended up with this thing, but I've got it.
Well, obviously you're very emotionally attached to it, and you should wager it.
All right, let's do that. I'm gonna pull this out of my bag of holding.
You could
That's
wager
the only place I could have been holding this thing.
You catch Stanimir eye you curiously as you pull a staff out of a bag that's much too small for it.
Oh no. Yeah, so this is the staff of bird calls. I'm sure y'all would find that interesting. I found it very interesting, which is why I picked it up. And that's why it's here with us today.
And Callie's putting up the staff of spiders.
Is
I
Callie
need to.
playing?
Sure, what the hell.
Hold on one second. Eliza put up a spyglass. Stanimir put up a Taroka deck. What are you putting up, Gregor?
Gregor can't stop laughing and crying over here long enough to do anything. He got himself tickled, and he's over here laughing so hard he's gonna pass out.
I'm sorry.
Apparently, he put too much weed in his coffee, and now he's he's to the wind.
I severely mismeasured. I'm not allowed to measure my own doses.
Are you going to tell a story?
I'm gonna cast augury while you guys tell your stories to see if it would be a good idea or not.
To tell a story? Ridiculous.
That's racist.
So are you putting anything up, Gregor?
One thing I really got of value that I could put up is Goodberry, so I'm debating. Wait, no, I was looking somewhere else. I apologize. I'm gonna rip out my own little docent and put it up.
It doesn't have to be that emotionally attached to you.
Oh, okay. My healer's kit. How about that?
That works. All right. Stanimir is going to go first. A mighty wizard came to this land over a year ago. I remember him like it. Yeah. Is that better? Okay. A mighty wizard came to this land over a year ago. I remember him like it was yesterday. He stood exactly where you're standing. A very charismatic man he was. He thought he could rally the people of Barovia against the devil Strahd. He stirred them with thoughts of revolt and boredom to the castle en masse. When the vampire appeared, the wizard's peasant army fled in terror. A few stood their ground and were never seen again. The wizard and the vampire cast spells at each other. Their battle flew from the courtyards of Ravenloft to a precipice overlooking its falls. I saw the battle with my own eyes. Thunder shook the mountainside, and great rocks tumbled down upon the wizard. Yet by his magic he survived. Lightning from the heavens struck the wizard, and again he stood his ground. But when the devil's Strahd fell upon him, the wizard's magic couldn't save him. I saw him drone 1,000 feet to his death. I climbed down to the river to search for the wizard's body to see if, he had anything of value. But the river Iblis had already spirited him away. Now everyone votes true, false, or half true. So Eliza votes true.
I'm gonna go with half true.
Half.
Arturi votes half true. Irina votes true. Dame, how do you vote? The story is in fact true.
Well.
So that means pretty old. Older than the mountains, sometimes I feel. All right. Gregor, you're up next for your story.
That is a bad idea, my friend.
Just tell your background again if you want.
I got it on here somewhere. I'm going to have to come back to that.
All right, we'll come back to you. Eliza's tale. Eliza starts her story. It is said that within each raven flutters a lost soul, and that each raven's song tells the tale of ages past. They whisper, so listen closely. She takes a deep breath. When she speaks again, her voice is quiet, with an eerie melodic quality to it. Sing, ravens of Barovia, birthed from the mists and bathed in twilight. Sing of Lugdana, the morning lord's stalwart, dawn-touched foe to the deep lurking dark. The holy symbol of ravenkind, her radiant testament, the warrior's beacon of faithful resolve. Sing, ravens of Chinovog's rise, named Green God and Demon Lord, upon yester heel. Lugdana, gray-haired, weary of battle, her long sword and shield yet polished and ready. Guided through shadows toward sacred ground, she clasped with the demon their tempest-like dance. Sing, ravens of Lugdana's last fury, of Ravenkind's token now blazing with light. The battle's tide turning, a hero's brave cry, a final onslaught with divinity's grace. The demon lord banished, the warrior now fell, the wound at her side gouged too deep to bear. Sing, ravens of light's final moments, a shadow descending from radiance on high. Sing of the angel, black-feathered and beaked, the morning lord's angel reclaiming its gift, the symbol retaken in raven's claws held. Sing, ravens, you are the keepers, the watchers, the tellers of stories untold. Sing, ravens of Lugdana's memory, the shadows that lurk in heroes to come. So, what do you think? Stenimir votes true. Arturi votes false. Irina votes false.
I vote false.
False.
Dane? It's a half true then? So how do you... Eliza reveals that her tale is half true. Lugdana was a paladin of the Morning Lord who bore the legendary holy symbol of Ravenkind. According to the legend, the symbol was given to Ludana by an angel in the guise of a raven. She notes with a chuckle, however, that no one knows what happened to the symbol after Ludana fell at Yster Hill, nor where it resides today. All right, who wants to go next? Okay.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay!
You get a point of inspiration, Demillion. Hold on.
It's a place you check near the top of your sheet,
Yeah.
right next to your hit points, I believe.
It's right after your charisma score. And I believe it gives you a D6 on any roll after you make the roll. All right. Stanimir votes false. Eliza votes half true.
True.
Arturi votes false. Irina votes true. Gregor, how do you vote?
True.
Dame, you're not voting. Callie, how do you vote?
True.
All right, Demirian, was it true, false, or half true? Okay. All right. That leaves Callie and Gregor. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. Well, shit, maybe not. God! Okay. Oh my god, my dogs are being stupid. Okay. Anyway. This was a boy who lived under the stairs. He was treated very poorly and talked to snakes. Alright. Anyway, my story is a bit scary, so if you can't handle the scary, maybe you should leave the fire.
Ah.
Deep in the forest, there was a town, and a dense and sinister mist emerged, consuming everything in its path. The townsfolk spoke in hushed tones about its malvoyant nature, warning of the dark secrets it concealed. Whispers circulated among the villagers, tales of those who dared to venture into the mist never returned. They believed it to be a boundary between the world of the living and the unknown. One fateful night, a lone traveler found herself ensnarled in the fog, her senses piqued by the chilling touch. The mist seemed to whisper dreadful secrets, luring her deeper into the enigmatic depths. As she pressed on, the world around her twisted and contorted, morphing into grotesque apparitions that vanished as swiftly as they appeared. Every step forward plunged her further into the abyss, and the mist cloaking her, surrounding its unsettling shroud. A haunting sensation crept through her bones, an inexplicable feeling that unseen eyes watched her every move. Shadows danced on the edges of her vision, and eerie whispers echoed in the mist, filling her mind with unspeakable dread. With each passing moment, the mist's grip tightened, suffocating her with unfathomable terror. She stumbled, blindly desperate, clawing, but the fog was thickened and disorientated her further. As hope faded, a distant glimmer pierced through the haze, the faint outline of a figure beckoning her toward the illusion of safety. Summoning her last reserves of strength, she followed the spectre guide, stumbling and gasping for air. The spectre led her deeper into the mist's sinister embrace, guiding her to a precise obscured by the fog. With a final heart-wrenching scream, she plummeted into the unknown depths, her fate sealed by the unforgiving veil of the mist. The mist silently swallowed her screams, leaving behind an eerie silence that hung heavily in the valley. Her tale became just another tragic legend, or was it?
Downtown.
Yay.
I think so.
Stanimir votes true. Eliza votes false. Arturi votes half true. Irina votes true. Gregor, how do you vote?
True.
Okay, Dame. All right, Callie, what was it?
Oh, it's all false.
Okay.
I mean, it could have totally been any of us, I guess, but half true, true-ish. I worked with what I know, man.
All right, Gregor, you're up.
Okay. All right. Back in the day when I was a human boy, my grandfather told me a story that he swore was true. That one day there was a pond in the village, and then these ducks were in the pond. The temperature dropped so fast that the lake just froze right up. The ducks didn't die, they flew away and took that whole lake right with them. This day I hear that lake is somewhere over in Barovia. The end.
Stanimir votes false. Eliza votes false. Arturi says true. Irina says false. Gregor's not voting. Dame, how are you voting? How do you vote, Callie?
False.
What was it, Gregor?
Half true.
The pond did freeze.
Well, I said when I was a human boy, my grandfather told me a story that he swore was true.
Well,
So it was true?
Half true.
Half true. Okay. No one voted half true that time. Interesting. All right. Finally got one more Arturi's tale. There once was a fox renowned for his wisdom and skill, who dwelled with his skeet in the misted woods. On a cold moonlit night, a pair of sparrows brought him their child, the tendrils of death clutching its shivering body. The fox took the chick into its den, but for all his knowledge he could not cure its ailment, and it breathed its last breath in his paws. Driven mad in their grief, the vengeful sparrows, aided by four of their kin, stole the fox's kit in the night. They delivered him to the wolf, who had long hungered for the taste of fox flesh. The wolf devoured the kit, and the sparrows departed to return to their flock. When the fox found what the sparrows had done, rage clutched his hardened heart. In his cunning, he knew that the rats in their burrows beneath the earth had always despised the songs of the sparrows far above. The fox descended to the kingdom of the rats, and he promised them a forest free of the songs of the sparrows. Intrigued, the rats agreed. The rats could not find the sparrow's nest alone, but the crafty fox could, and as the sparrows slumbered in the hollow of the great oak, the rats fell upon them to feast with tooth and claw. For the crimes of the six, the flock perished, with nary an egg spared. The misted wood is darkened now, and the trees no longer sing with the songs of the sparrows. But some say the rats hunt still that lone chick that escaped their clutches, and that one day they will find it and gobble it up like the rest. Stanimir votes true. Eliza votes false. Irina votes half true. Gregor, how do you vote?
I'm gonna go with half true.
Dame? Callie?
false.
He reveals the story is true.
Well,
A story cannot be truly told until it is ended. So let's see. It looks like we'll say Callie won.
woo.
So she gets a tarot deck, a spyglass, a manuscript on werewolves,
Eh,
a brooch, a healer's kit, a staff of bird calls, and a staff of spiders. All right.
Okay. I'm going to need to read that list again so I can actually inventory it.
A tarot deck, like a tarot card deck.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Tarot deck, spyglass, a manuscript on werewolves,
Okay.
a wooden charm, hairpin.
Can I tell what it does?
It doesn't do anything. It was just from Irina's childhood.
Oh, okay. I feel bad taking it.
Healer's kit,
Okay.
and the staff of bird calls.
Okay. The other one was mine, so it's no biggie.
Right.
Can't get rid of this staff of bird calls, apparently.
Probably just a giant flute. Nobody knows what it's called.
I'm going to carve it out so I can play it.
Okay. Oh shit! I forgot Irina's turn. Oh well.
Marina, you don't get a turn.
That was important.
I'll read the story, and we'll still say that Callie won. When I was a child, Betty, are you back? Okay. When I was a child, my father took me and my brother to visit a tranquil lake. I remembered the sand beneath my bare feet and the lapping of the waves against the shore. But then something broke the silence, a low growl that echoed through the wind. As I turned, I saw a beast emerge from the fog, a wolf far larger than any I'd ever seen. I still remember its eyes, yellow, cold, and hungry. My father screamed for me to run. I took off through the woods, and the wolf followed, its snarls echoing through the underbrush. I remember branches whipping against my face, thorns cutting at my feet, and my legs burned and my breath grew ragged, but my fear drew me forward. It was only much later, when my heart had quieted in my chest and the wolf's footsteps had faded into silence, that I finally allowed myself to stop. By then, though, the woods were strange to me, and my father's shouts had faded. A heavy mist descended around me, and shadowed shapes lurked in every corner. I stepped forward, one hand reaching fearfully into the fog, and a wolf made a mist leap forward, its jaws opened wide to devour me, and then everything went black. The next thing I remember, I awoke in my own bed, my father's humming echoing from the kitchen. I don't know how I got there or what became of the wolf, but I can still remember its teeth as clearly as ever. It is a waxing gibbous moon.
Hey, D, you want to read this? You want to read this manuscript of werewolves with me?
Do what?
Asking D if she wants to read this manuscript of werewolves I got.
Anybody can read it. Let me make sure I've got it available. It's in the journal called Guide to Werewolves, and it should now be visible.
Coincidentally, I would have went with true or false, depending on her answer to my question. What was the name of the lake?
She doesn't know the name of the lake.
I'll give it true then, because it's definitely that missing lake.
With a quiet laugh, she shares the story as a dream that she's had since childhood, noting that there are no lakes near the village of Barovia, and she'd never seen a dire wolf until recently. No, just a strange dream. That's all that it was. It was just a dream.
You have it more than once, like in the reoccurring dream.
True. No, more than that.
What kind of books are you reading before you go to bed?
We don't have many books back at my father's house. Well, Arturi stands up. It's been fun, but I must leave now, and it's time for me to go. Maybe if you see or if you hear word of Rudolph Van Richten, if you could let me know, have word here at this camp, I would appreciate it. I've been selfish tonight and pushed my fortunes as far as I dare, but I dare not remain any longer for fear of the terror that might follow. And he starts to walk out of the camp.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, you can go sneak away. It can be a bit obvious if we all go.
Y'all go?
No, I thought it would be obvious if we all go.
Oh, okay. All right, Dominion, roll a stealth check if you want to be stealthy about it. All right. You follow him into the woods, and you see him. Hold on a second. Hello? Thought I heard somebody. Guess not.
Go.
He travels 2 miles away from the encampment. Do you follow him all the way? Okay. You really shouldn't be following me. Well, that's a story I'm not too fond to tell. Make a persuasion check. A man once vowed that undead shall take me, and although they have not yet succeeded, they have never failed to try. There are some tales wounded tailor, please ask no more. But the undead are on their way now. And you see him climb up into a tree to sleep in the boughs of the tree. And there are many types of undead which follow me. Zombies, ghouls, ghasts, wights. No vampires, though, thankfully. A man that I met in my past. It wasn't for me, but for my family and my family's actions on him. So, go ahead. It's a Vistani curse. I do not think that it will work. No, wait, not the Vistani curse. The old man cursed me. I don't know. He wanders far and wide. No, they'll be here anytime soon. If I were you, I would head back to the camp. I'll be fine up here tonight. Don't worry about me. Very sure. I pushed my luck as far as I could tonight by staying around the fire as long as I did. They'll be here any minute now, so I would suggest that you leave. If you want to, you can. Out of character, I say. Okay. Yeah. Okay, you stealthily climb the tree. And about 15 minutes later, 12 zombies arrive to mill around the base of the tree that Arturi's in. Yeah. They're all just ambling around. They're just ambling around the tree that Arturi's in at the base of it. Just moaning and groaning. How long are you going to wait? Nothing shows up in 15 to 30 minutes. Okay. Okay. I'm writing notes real quick.
I want to give it another 5 or 10 just to be safe.
And they... Yeah. Alright, so you go back to the camp. You make it back without the undead noticing you whatsoever. 9 o'clock at night.
Okie doke.
Arturi.
Sorry, they're almost coming back. I hear them.
So we're waiting on Callie?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Sorry, dog's being stupid. No, Puddin was refusing to come in, so she just now showed back up.
They're
Anyway.
freaking out over the wind.
Listen, I had your treat, but you're gone too long. I've lost it. So you're screwed. I'd suggest just sniff it out because I don't know where it went.
So will you all go to Arturi's aid? Okay.
Where's Stanimir, the dude at the with the
The guy that welcomed you to the encampment.
Backstabbing little bastard.
not that we hold a grudge or anything.
Not much. Getting ready to bed down for the night. I have a question to ask of you real quick, though, if you don't mind. Okay. The bag that you drew your staff of bird songs out of, is it magical? Is it by chance a bag of holding? Ah. Are you aware of the dangers of the bagman? The dangers of the bagman.
It's gonna come out of the bag of holding.
Let me tell you the story. Long ago, an adventurer sought to escape certain death by abandoning his party and crawling into a bag of holding. While this is generally not a good idea to begin with, the adventurer was desperate. And you know what they say about desperate times calling for desperate measures. Upon trying to escape the bag of holding, the adventurer's efforts were useless. Floating in the extra-dimensional void, he only found a never-ending amount of storage spaces. With no clear escape from his prison, the adventurer continued looking for any way out that he could find. But the strange magical forces within this extra-dimensional space began to take their toll on the adventurer. His body stretched and warped, his skin grayed, his nails grew sharp and blackened, and his limbs grew stretched and gangly. In time, the adventurer was no longer himself. This tall, sickly creature would come to be known as the Bagman. To this day, the Bagman continues to try to find his way back home. Every single night, he emerges from a random bag of holding in hopes to make his return. If he does not recognize this as his home, he will pull someone near the bag into it, never to be heard from again. In their place, he leaves a small piece of junk from his collection in the extra-dimensional space that he inhabits. It makes you wonder, did you actually misplace that item in your bag of holding? Or did the bagman take it as his own? How can a person call the bagman forth? There are two ways according to legend. The first is to speak loudly over an open bag of holding. You may catch his attention in this manner. Or a more direct method is to whisper into the bag, "Follow my voice," 3 times, and the bagman will appear. Is this just some dark legend to explain people who go missing in the night? Or a way to explain why some items just go missing that were placed in the bag? Be careful when using your bag, or you may find out that the legend is actually true. Yeah. You said you wanted one. Well, it may never find your bag.
Your bag's haunted. I don't want no man's junk in my sack. You know what? Why not? I'll hold it.
Okay.
Now I want to go in there.
The bag of haunting.
Open it up. Let me in.
Okay.
I'm gonna open it up and put my foot in.
It goes in just fine.
Nom, 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 nom.
I'm gonna hold the bag open and make a mouth with it and hold it towards D, going nom 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 nom. I'm gonna chase her with the bag and just go nom 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 nom.
Catch you while you're sleeping and put it over you like a sleeping bag.
Burn it with fire.
You said you had a question for me? Yes. Arturi Radenovich was part of the Radenovich Vistani tribe. They had a sick child that they tried to take to a doctor to cure. The doctor couldn't cure him, and the child died.
Oh my god.
No, he was set upon the doctor they took him to try to heal him cursed the man for killing his child, for having. Wait a minute, I'm getting confused here. The child died, and the family of the child cursed the doctor that couldn't save him, that monsters would always follow him the rest of his life. And he, in turn, went and slaughtered their entire family, leaving Arturi the only one left alive, telling him that the undead will follow him the rest of his life. That's all that I know about Arturi and his curse. That's why it was half true.
Apparently he is. I mean,
because we are unable to help him at this point in time. It's the nature of the curse. It was a very powerful curse set upon him by a very strong Vistana. I have no idea. I've heard tales of spells that allow you to remove curses from people. but I've never met one.
You got Mr. Cleric.
Not 100% sure I have that. I thought I did. I don't want to tell you wrong, but if you'd rather not wait, that's cool. Sounds good to me. Well, if you're willing to wait around for a day, I can remove a curse from something. Through the power of my Lord and Savior. Yes, I talked to my one true God.
Arena. I feel we need to get to Vallaki as soon as we can. Oh, you're going to Vallaki. It's very dangerous to try to travel at night. I would suggest staying here tonight before you leave for Vallaki in the morning.
Yeah, I could ponder on it while y'all take a little nippy nap, and then we'll wake up in the morning and cut this thing off.
Fine with me. Yeah, might as well.
Okay. So you all
I gotta be able to boop it. So I have to physically touch it. Just a few seconds. Just enough to go, hi. No, I just need to re-prepare my spells.
Yep, sounds good to me. Sure. You want to be the little spoon or the big spoon?
Since I don't have to sleep, I'll watch.
You perv.
I said I'm keeping watch. Gee.
all right. Yes, everybody gets a long rest. Why do they have 8 horses? Oh, right. Yeah. All right, you all wake up and get ready, and it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Madame Eva comes out of her tent to talk to you. Greetings. I hope you had slept well last night.
Didn't catch a wink.
Well, you can.
You're welcome.
You all are more than welcome to stay for as long as you want. Or I hear that you're on your way to Valaki today.
Yeah, we have to get moving.
Well, if you could do me a favor, I have a small item to ask of you. And she holds out a velvet pouch containing some coins. If you would take this to Brinsky's Toys in Valaki and purchase a toy for my great grandniece, Arabelle, you'd be welcome to keep whatever change is left over for payment for your efforts. But I need the toy delivered by the end of Arabelle's 10th name day, which is in 2 days' time.
Yeah, I'm not sure we can guarantee that.
Would you at least try?
I mean, we can try, but I mean, what if we don't make it? Then your grandkid's not going to have a present. I feel bad.
Expedited delivery is $29.95.
His tale is his own to share. I cannot. Well, normally to remove a curse from a Vistani, the Vistani needs to remove the curse herself. And from what I understand, all of his family is dead now, leaving only the doctor who couldn't help the child alive, but I have no idea where he's at. Quite possibly.
Apparently.
That would make sense to me.
One question. Does
Yeah.
your grandson want a staff of bird calling?
My great grandniece, Arabelle.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So I mean, we can cut this short. I can just give you this as a present, and then we.
Well, if you would take it to her, she lives in the Vistani encampment just to the southwest of Valaki.
Okay, you guys want to go give her this staff, and then we can call that one done. I suppose.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
You don't have to come back to this encampment. Arabelle is in the other encampment by Valaki.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's hard for me to travel that far anymore. I stay in this encampment. We don't travel that much anymore whatsoever. My old bones can't take it.
okay. We will do our best.
And you may wish to speak to Arabelle. She's a most interesting child. She smiles cryptically at you.
That means she's special.
Creepy. Mm-hmm.
Arena.
Okay. Maybe we'll run across them in the process.
Just stay on the road. Don't venture off the road. Many dark creatures lurk in the forest of the Swalloch Woods. It is. Let me show you the map. All right, you all are down at the Sarah Pool. If you follow that dotted trail up to the road, then head north, and then north again through the gate, and follow it through the woods, you'll be over here at Valaki in about the rest. It'll take you the rest of the day to get there by dusk.
Tally ho.
And now I can't get the map to show up.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, too.
All right, I'll just do it without a map. Through the you leave the camp and you start walking. Through the mist comes a skeletal warhorse and rider, both clad in ruined chainmail. The skeletal rider holds up a rusted lantern that sheds no light, and is walking towards you all. Let me try to refresh real quick. Nope, I still don't get the map.
Aw.
Okay.
Would this be a good place to call it an honor, or do we want to?
What do y'all want to do about the skeletal rider?
Well, we can have a battle if you want. It's no big to me.
Yeah, we can. What are we talking about?
Let me see if I can get a different map to show up. Can y'all see the map now? With a bunch of dead critters on it? Okay. Let me clear those out.
Yep. And hearts.
The white limbs falling. But it sounds like limbs are falling.
All right. You
Oh no, I was talking about the clickety clackety over there. Yeah, it's fine.
We have it in echoing over here. People running around.
The wind's blowing pretty hard too up here, so
Yeah, it's supposed to be windy. Right.
Be like rain and then snow and then hell.
So what are y'all going to do with the skeleton and the skeletal horse? Yeah, it's a skeleton war horse.
I mean, does he look friendly?
It's just holding its lamp out like it's looking for something, but there's no light coming from the lantern.
You need a light? Okay.
I'm gonna open up the bag of holding.
Yeah, give it a back.
And then I'm gonna roll a stealth check.
All right, so y'all are heading off the side of the road to hide. All right, everybody, if you're hiding, make a stealth check. Make a stealth check.
Okay.
Okay, is this guy already noticed this?
You can't tell. It just keeps on walking towards. It keeps walking down, following the road towards you all, but not going towards the edge of the road where you're at.
So I guess I can roll a stealth check.
There's really no need to.
I think I'm stealthy.
Yeah, you're stealthy.
Did it.
The skeleton's closer.
What was that?
The skeleton's getting closer.
Okay. I'm going to slowly approach it with the bag of holding open.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to jump and try to net him into this thing over his head.
All right, make an unarmed attack roll.
Okie doke.
Bardic inspiration? Yes.
Sure, he can use all the help he can get.
Did I get
not
advantage
sure.
or anything since it's out of nowhere?
Do what, Gregor?
I said, would I get advantage or anything for surprise?
No.
Oh.
Okay. That's a D4, I think you get to add to your roll.
Okie dokie. So a 20 total?
Okay. You get the bag halfway over the skeleton before it realizes what's going on. And the horse starts to move faster, carrying you with it.
Yeah.
I made a friend!
Don't tell him how to live his life.
It's your home.
So is that initiative or what's going on here?
The skeleton's halfway is now all the way in the bag of holding.
Oh God.
The warhorse continues walking. The horse continues walking down the path. Make an athletics check because it's a full-grown warhorse and you're
Oh, Lord.
forward.
I can toss her. Yes, I can toss her.
An athletics check, yeah. It's a +6, yeah. You can wait until after you roll to decide to use it or not, though. You hop on the back of the skeleton warhorse.
You made a friend.
That was impressive. Dude, it could be a ghost horse for all we know.
It bucks really hard. You need to make a dexterity saving throw. Where did Gregor go on the map?
Oh, I'm so stealthy.
Apparently so.
I'm not sure where I'm at.
You buy the horse bucks, but you hang on for dear life, and it starts galloping down the road. Yes.
It's a charisma check.
It's under wisdom. It's under wisdom.
The horse
Flattened
bucks
it up.
again
Yes, very much so.
and throws you off, actually, this time. And he starts galloping down the road away from you all.
Bye, horsey. I'm going to help pick D up. Be like, you okay?
I'm just going to be...
I don't think that's a friendly horse, dear.
That's all right. It's down the road now, and the skeleton with the lantern is in the bag of holding.
And I'm just beating the bag on the ground.
It feels like it's about 15 pounds worth of weight in it as you sling it down on the ground, but you can't tell if it's done anything to the skeleton or not without opening the bag.
Open it and see if he comes back out.
Wait, Patty. Now's 11.
Fine, tie it up, throw it in the lake. I don't care.
I'm just going to secure the bag to my waist at this point. Stealth kill.
Well, there's your combat.
Maximum effort.
Probably not very often. Yeah. Come on, try it.
All right, let me see what comes up next.
I really swear to it. Yeah, 2 seconds. No.
All right. Let me get the music changed. You continue walking down the road towards Valaki.
Off to see the wizard. Wonderful wizard of Oz.
I got a different map.
We do have different maps.
Yeah, I got like just the overall map. What should we have right now?
It
I
should be
have.
the overall map, but
I don't have that.
it's not wanting to load for me either.
Okay, I'm still on the one where we're like have the little path.
Okay. How about we say we call it for the evening and maybe some of these glitches will go away.
That sounds good. Dinner's almost done.
Okay.
I got some manicotti from Sam's Club. It's in the oven. You don't like it. It's really good. Like you can get it. Oh, I'm sorry. I would think about you as I eat it.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you need more chocolates? Do you need some more chocolates? Okay. I just made some. I'm getting ready to make some dark chocolates too, and I'll bring you some up soon. Probably like Wednesday. Well, I get off at 12 on Wednesday. I'll stop by the shop if you're up there or at the house. She's not supposed to hear anything till next Monday, is when she said she was making calls. Like she was doing interviews all day today.